that'd be considered red meat, I think. There's no way.
No, he eats chicken.
We're
It's
the-
not red meat. I mean,
We're the
duck and
poultry
goose.
family.
Yeah.
But, I mean, having said that, John, we could definitely tell him it's chicken and serve him squirrel.
I like
He's not going to know the difference. There's a funny video. I think it's kind of funny. 971theticket.com. 7'5" Taco Fall learning to swim. I mean, think about how many pools that Taco Fall isn't head and shoulders above the water, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so, if I were him, I probably wouldn't learn to swim if you hadn't learned it to this point. But watching his teammates give him a swimming lesson is one of the more priceless things that you'll get to see, because it's so genuine to watch somebody learn to swim. But then when you see somebody that's 7'5" do it, it's unbelievable.
And a great athlete, too.
Yes. Like, he's not like, okay, so Sean Bradley was right, as an athletic dude. George Mearson, nothing was athletic about him. But I say Taco Fall is an athletic guy that I feel could play another sport and not look awful.
Right, like Boban. I couldn't see him doing that.
No, but talk about a genuine dude there.
You know, he's
unbelievable.
But if Taco Fall was he learned how to swim and dive, can you imagine in a race, his diving into the pool, if it was that good form, he'd have, a 2 leg.
Yeah, because what is Phelps? Phelps is probably 6'2" or something, right?
Probably.
If he had a good dive in, he could break records, huh?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
The best distance per stroke. I mean, he'd probably have to,
It'd be incredible. And of
We'll have
course,
to be a little deeper.
yes, it would. Yeah, he couldn't. I wonder what those Olympic pools are deep. You wouldn't know?
They're about 10.
Are they? Okay. And then, of course, the winners and losers of the MLB trade deadline. I mean, obviously, it's the Padres. They won everything because they basically traded for a new team.
Yeah.
It seemed like, and they kept their pieces in place, what needed to be. And the losers, I mean, you'll have to go and see for yourself. I don't know. I still consider the Tigers a winner because they didn't overreact, thinking that they're going to win the World Series. But at the same time, I think that they have a very good chance to make a playoff and see what happens from there. If they get their pitching to come around, you get Mize to mentally get over a hump. Think about the last time that Casey Mize, as a pitcher, struggled like this. Think about it. Has it ever happened?
Yeah, he had a couple games last year.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, it happens to everybody. It happens to the best.
And so, John, I'll ask you this. As a professional athlete, you almost want to have a little bit of failure, right? To humble yourself.
No,
Buffer and Stoney emceeing a bar mitzvah.
Yes, it did. I
The only
liked it
difference,
either way.
the only difference is I'm not allowed to use a Michael Buffer reference or a station will get sued.
That's a good point.
He's copyrighted, this thing, which is the most self-centered, narcissistic, yet genius thing I've ever heard of in my life. I mean, can you imagine, if we weren't allowed to, say, Detroit basketball or something like that, because Mason and Pistons, trademarked it. We find that out in the Super Bowl. We're not allowed to say the Super Bowl, right? Amongst things that have nothing to do with our actual coverage of the game. Crazy times out there. And there were some crazy things in playoff bubbles last night. But we begin. I don't know how we got to sleep last night. The excitement level. Your wife must have been excited because I know you were excited. And I'm sure excited her because the Tigers 12-1 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Toronto loses. Half game out. Wild card. Pretty impressive.
So my wife is excited because I'm excited.
Yes.
It works the other way. I'm excited because she's excited. Last time I got her excited, let's see, it's been a while. Anyway.
Yeah. When was Olive born?
Well, no, I think it's
A little after that.
Helped out with some chores. Yeah. It's not like I get her excited any other way.
Yeah.
But no, Stoney, listen, I am motivated by you because I was in on Monday and you sat in that very studio and I heard you through this very headset talk about how you're not that excited, that this team doesn't do much for you. But now they're a half game out of the wild card. I'm so excited that not only do I think the Tigers are going to make the postseason, I was flipping between, obviously, the Jazz game last night, the Tiger game, and the freaking Blue Jays and Marlins.
I know.
It was on FS1. I couldn't believe it. And they lose, talking about the Jays. The Tigers win a half game out. This is exciting. Maybe you don't feel it, but I do.
I know, look, I'm not going crazy yet, but it was.
I am.
I know you are, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being excited, especially the fact that they go on the road and who cares, but and just absolutely clobber the team that they're playing. I mean, 12-1. Victor Reyes with an amazing game, 4 for 6, 5 RBIs. Kristen Stewart actually got a home run. Griner hit a home run. Most people down in the lineup did very well. Scope continued his hot hitting. Willie Castro, 2 for 5. He's really starting to hit the ball. Fulmer was, statistically said, okay, pretty good. He battled, had some long pitch innings, but, the bottom line is he had those 3 shutout innings where he only gave up 3 hits. Norris really looked good except for the home run to Yelich, and then he got in a little trouble where he walked a couple, I believe, or bloop hits to load the bases, and then, Brian Garcia gets him out of it in the bullpen. Cisnero, Funkhauser, Ronnie Garcia, they take over, and look, Turnbull goes tonight. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? And that's good. Look, like I said, I'll be really excited to see what happens at the end of the week because they do have 5 games with Minnesota, and I know they handled them last week. But look, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting, and unfortunately, Jacoby Jones once again, almost the same exact injuries last year, getting hit right on the wrist, fractured his hand.
Yeah, it stinks. It does, because this team was kind of getting it together, and then you don't need bad news. And it's funny because I wrote in the prep to you guys, I'm like, why'd you trade Cameron Maybin? Not so much that he was playing well, just because I believe in him as a team leader, a clubhouse guy, all the young guys like him. But now you could probably use him, considering Jones is out for the season, so we wait and see who they bring up. The one guy they won't bring up is Riley Green, who would be amazing to see them bring him up. He's only 19, hasn't hit it higher than AA, so I do get it. But listen, overall, it's fun. I mean, this is more fun than I could have ever anticipated. I mean, you got a pandemic going on. There was a 9-game losing skid, and I get glee out of watching these guys. I do, and I feel there's a lot of guys like you. There are a lot of guys like you that aren't totally into it, but I think day by day there's a lot more guys like me.
Oh, yeah.
Like this team, you're talking about one team you're competing with.
Right.
You're talking about the Blue Jays. Everybody else is essentially out of it. They've either into the postseason or they're out of the playoff race. So it's you and Toronto down the stretch. They have an easier schedule than the Tigers do, but they also made a whole lot of trades. They DFA'd a whole lot of guys. They kind of screwed with that team chemistry. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
look, as far as the enthusiasm, excitement, it's creeping up slowly, but that's okay. Look, I'm not going to judge people, by their excitement levels of this team. You had your heart broken a lot by Detroit sports over the years, and I'm just trying to be realistic as I watch the game. And last night, I was watching, a lot of that and flipping from basketball, the hockey playoffs, Philly winning in overtime. It was pretty exciting for me. And look, there's a lot of good stuff going on. But right now, locally, you're right. I mean, it's the Tigers. We got no college football. The Lions, next week at this time, we'll be really excited because we're heading into week 1. But it's a nice diversion.
Did you feel the drain coming though? Do you sense the swirl around the drain? Because we've been here before.
Yeah, I know.
And we're only 33 games into it, right? And
but there's only 27. But they've played more games so far than they have left. So we're past the halfway
point. So you have to be optimistic, but we've seen this before as well, where water kind of finds a level.
Right. It is baseball.
So I do worry that there's the unfortunate, circling of the drain. However, they came back from a 9-game losing streak.
I think
that tells you all you need to know, I feel.
I think Jeff's exactly right about that. Who would have thought, if you said before the season, that the Tigers could be a game above 500 at this point and survived a 9-game losing streak?
Oh, no.
And I know you guys are having Gardenhire on at 9:02.
Right.
And I would ask him about that, just see what his reaction. Do you think this, seriously, if I had told him before the season this would happen, what would you have said? You said you're, smoking crack.
Right.
Look, enjoy this. I think the problem people have is that, okay, they know what they were last year, and this isn't going to carry over to next year, most likely. I mean, most likely next year they're going to be a team that loses 90 games, So what? This is a weird season. There's something, but the world's bizarre right now. Enjoy it. Take it for what it's worth. It'll never be, if they were to somehow win it all, you wouldn't have a parade. It wouldn't be treated the same, but so what? Still enjoy it. Embrace it.
People will be definitely into it if they make the playoffs. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. I'm just being restrained. That's all a little bit. I'm watching. I'm rooting for them to win. I mean, when Stewart hit the home run, I said, "Oh my God, about freaking time!" He's hadn't hit a home run in a while, right? I mean, this is good to see guys like Victor Reyes, Rule 5 guy from a couple years ago, and maybe I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, but look. Al Avila's been in battle with this now, and rightfully so. I mean, he got a contract extension that nobody could understand. Made some poor trades, some poor free agent signings. But I want to tell you, Jeff, some of the guys that they've signed, for whatever reason they've signed them, have really, come up big. Reyes is one. Some of the trades, he gets, crap for a lot of bad trades, and there were bad trades.
There have been bad trades.
You look back right now, the Justin Wilson, Alex Avila trade, for Paredes and Candelario, that's looking pretty good right now. How about the little trade last year, Leonis Martin for, Willie Castro? That's looking pretty good right now. Picking up guys like Snero, drafting Brian Garcia in the 6th round. I mean, things are looking pretty good. Look, they're not a great team. They may not even be good, but you know what? They are interesting. It's fun. I agree with you that you have to watch. I'm just not into that. Oh my God, here we go. I'm enjoying it.
Well, I am too. I think Metro Detroit is, and each passing day that they win, I think it gets a little more intense. But I did recently see a graph. I wish I had it in front of me. They ranked Avila's trades by the amount the guys traded helped their teams more, and the amount that the guys Detroit got back helped the Tigers more. And obviously, it's totally uneven, right? The guys they traded away, whether it be obviously J.D. Martinez or Justin Verlander, I mean, pick a guy, right? Alex Avila, they've obviously helped their teams a heck of a lot more. With that being said, you bring a good point. As time goes on, I gotta believe it's going to even out a little bit. Some of those trades look better. Now, for the most part, they're still not good.
Right.
But they do look better.
Yeah,
they do look better. I just worry about, because we've been here before, and Tom makes a great point. I don't know if they're going to lose 90 next year, but they're definitely not going to be in the postseason race, you got to believe.
No.
So I do worry that maybe things are going to fall apart for them a little bit this year, and it's going to be kind of heartbreaking considering I'm totally wrapped up in this team. But dude, every team's going through the same thing. So for you guys to say they won't throw a parade, there won't be a crazy celebration if the Tigers somehow win it all, I totally disagree. I think you
There's
hang
not going to be a parade.
Well,
I mean, come on, there's not.
It's
You can't-
social distance.